Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trek Canon. So today is going to be a short little video, kind of a thought process, if you will. I was wondering about the episode Threshold from Voyager, and I'm going to say that it's probably one of the most hated episodes of Voyager ever made. I consider uh, Threshold, Threshold Voyager's Spock's brain. That's what I consider that. So in Threshold, long story short, Paris designs an engine that could go past warp 10. All right. Now, if everybody should be familiar, warp 10 is a theoretical limit in Star Trek. All right. There has been no ship besides that particular shuttle that was able to go warp 10. Now, even in the episode The Next Generation where the Traveler took them far away, it was estimated that they were going 99 point, I mean, what was it? They were going warp 9.99999, some insane amount of nines, like that, 8 to get to that speed. And you see how fast the galaxies was going past now. So, everybody should be familiar with what happened in the episode. Tom Paris makes it. He starts to de-evolve or evolve. He ends up in this process taking Janeway hostage and proceeding to break the warp 10 barrier again with her. The next time that the crew of Voyager comes across them, they're on a planet. They're salamanders type things, giant newt salamander things, and with little salamander kids. Now, let's not talk about the fact that they never ever mentioned that again, right? They never ever expanded upon those salamander kids. They never expanded upon why he was evolving or de-evolving. And if he was evolving, why is that? You know what I mean? So, but what I wanted to talk about was the theoretical speed of warp 10. Now, they say in that episode that to reach the max velocity of warp 10, you will exist in every point in space-time. All right? Now, when you think about that, you have to think of it for what it says. You exist at every point in space-time. All right? So, that means in every point in history, right? No matter how many fractions you break up a second, no matter how many ways you break up distance, inches, down to millimeters, down to nanometers. That means that throughout the history of our galaxy, the history of our universe, all right, Tom Paris and Janeway existed and occupied every point in space-time. Now, let's try to wrap our head around that. So that means that they existed inside planets, underwater, during the Big Bang, inside black holes, inside theoretical white holes. They existed inside magnetars, pulsars. They existed under the water. They existed overlapping people, right? Other life forms. Every asteroids, everything that you could think of, they existed in conjunction with once they hit this speed. At all points in time as well. All points in time and space. Now, if that's the case, there's only what? One of three ways we could think about this. One of three ways we can, somebody always got to, look, I'm telling you every time. There's only one of three ways that you could break this, that you can kind of really deal with this. So you say, all right, that shuttle isn't built to withstand that action, to exist at all points in space-time simultaneously. It just, the whole integrity just wouldn't work. All right? If that's the case, they should have instantly died as soon as they hit warp 10. But y'all might say, Trek Cannon, what about the shields? Okay, shields, I'm with you on that. The shields protected the whole integrity of the shuttle. All right. Then why did Tom evolve or de-evolve? if the shields were up and the shields truly was protecting the occupants of the spacecraft, i.e., like when they go to warp, all right, why would they evolve or de-evolve? Which means that the shields were ineffective in some way, all right, in some way. If the shields were ineffective in some way, there had to be a point in space-time that they existed in, or countless points in space-time that they existed in, that would have totally destroyed that ship, all right? And then even if we was to say, okay, well, space is infinite, that means that they would have come across some medium in space that no matter how fast they were going, would have slowed them down. And any slowdown, I don't care how great your inertial dampeners would be, if you slow down, like, any type of fraction from that speed, that ultimate speed, like, you dead. You beyond dead. Like, but I digress. So, all right. So then you say, okay, well, it must be some type of cool shield that, for some reason, didn't take care, didn't protect him from that effect. All right. Then the only other third thing would be, all right, well, once you hit warp 10, to avoid all of those situations, you basically slip out of reality, basically into a subspace realm or a higher realm. Okay. But then if that's the case, what would be the point of saying the sentence, they exist in all points of space-time in our realm, right? So I like to hear what you guys, think about that particular max ultimate speed of warp 10 and existing at all points in space-time simultaneously, all right? And if you guys can wrap your head around that, and I'm pretty sure you guys can, because I have some awesome subscribers. Let me tell you something. And I'm not blowing smoke up nobody's fifth point of contact. What I'm saying is that I read the comments. I love responding to you guys' comments. And as a Trekkie, I also subscribe and watch other Star Trek influencers, all right? Now, at 315 subscribers, I'm not saying that I am qualified as an influencer, but at least with 315 high-speed individuals. So, and that's fine with me. Hey, class is class. But the thing is that I go through their comments as well. And I mean, no disrespect, to anybody who may be, watching, and they probably left on these comments. But I think the comments left on Trek Cannon's channel are indicative of the intelligence level of my subscribers. You know what I mean? So, at first I was always wondering, like, man, I wonder why the demographics, the young demographics really don't get into the channel, But I think that the things that we handle and the things that we talk about and how we approach the topic of Star Trek is mature, I guess. Because it lacks a lot of the political and the PC and woke and finger pointing, and that's not my concern. My concern is canon. My concern ain't all that other stuff. And if the Federation is a communist society, I don't care about none of that. Is Starfleet a good example of something that humanity can look forward to, and it always has? That's what I'm concerned with. How do I talk to the class in a way to show the greatness of Star Trek and the potential of Star Trek and how Star Trek has influenced everybody? So anyway, so leave a comment. Let's talk about this ultimate speed thing. I love to get in this, Plus, this will be a great prelude to the Solid Time Wave video, which I'm going to be getting into probably the day after tomorrow. But my idea for duet, oh man, I think you guys are going to really enjoy that. So I can't wait for the examination of duet. And it's not of the episode duet, no. It is of the conversation only, the interactions only between Kira and, what's his name? Oh man, I can't say his name without giving it away because that's bogus. We'll just say the Cardassian prisoner. All right. So my examination of duet is going to be based on that dynamic through the perspective of music, because the name of the episode is duet, baby. The name of the episode is duet. So It's gonna be a fun episode. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about this faster than all places at one time thing. Really interested. Really interested to see what you guys think. You know. Peace. Recycle. Say the whales. You guys be cool.